Intel agent reveals how NATO, National Atlantic Treaty Organization, plans to tear Russia apart. From June 2017, from Sputnik News website. According to secret documents obtained by a Russian intelligence service, following the collapse of the Soviet Union, NATO planned to split Russia into several smaller parts. A former secret agent told Russia's Rossiva 1 broadcaster. After the collapse of the USSR, NATO planned to divide Russia into small parts, diminishing the state to the size of the medieval Moscow Principality. A veteran of the Russian illegal intelligence service said during the Vesti versus Subotu News on Saturday program of Russia's Rossiya 1 broadcaster. The program was dedicated to the 95th anniversary of the Directorate S, the illegal intelligence service of the Foreign Intelligence Service of the Russian Federation, SVR. The interview was conducted by Vesti v Subotu anchor Sergei Brilev. The voice, face, and name of the former agent were changed due to security reasons. Quote, Pavel Andreevich, the agent's alias, says that the NATO documents obtained by him signaled that the dissolution of the USSR was only the first stage, Brilev noted. And then NATO planned to create the Russian North Volga Republic and the Middle Volga Republic and reduce the Russian state to the level and size of the Moscow Principality, the intelligence veteran specified. We have these documents, and they are now in the archive of our Russian intelligence service, close quote, the former agent stressed. The idea of the partition of Russia is not new. In his book, The Grand Chessboard, published 6 years after the collapse of the USSR, a former U.S. National Security Advisor and geostrategist, Zbigniew Brzezinski, insisted that, quote, a more decentralized Russia would be less susceptible to imperial mobilization. A loosely confederated Russia, composed of a European Russia, a Siberian Republic, and a Far Eastern Republic, would find it easier to cultivate closer economic regulations with Europe, with the new states of Central Asia, and with East Asia, which would thereby accelerate Russia's own development. Each of the three confederated entities would also be more able to tap local creative potential, stifled for centuries by Moscow's heavy bureaucratic hand, he added. Interestingly, though, Brzezinski, before the idea to sever Russia along with the Ural Mountains, thus dividing it into European and Asian, Siberia and the Far East parts, was mulled over by Nazi Germany also and its allies. In December of 1941, half a year after Nazi Germany invaded the USSR, the Empire of Japan offered Adolf Hitler and Italian dictator Benito Mussolini to divide Eurasia into two spheres of interest along the 70th meridian east longitude. As observers noted, Hitler didn't plan to seize much of the Soviet territory east of the Ural Mountains. More than a decade before the Axis powers of Germany, Italy, and Japan considered the partitioning of Russia, the territory of the former Russian Empire was subjected to Allied intervention. A multinational military expedition launched during the Russian Civil War of 1918 by major European powers which backed the anti-Bolshevik White Guard. The United States, Canada, Japan, and China took part in the intervention campaign along with European powers occupying Russia's northwestern regions. Crimea, Bessarabia, Siberia, and the Far East. However, their efforts were thwarted by divided objectives, a lack of domestic support, war weariness largely caused by World War I, and the military successes of the Red Army. As history shows, each time Russia faced severe domestic and geopolitical challenges, it ran the risk of falling prey to the global power game. And U.S. bureaucrats claim that Russia is aggressive. Alright folks, thank you for coming to Plain Mundane Show. Please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. I'm Alice Aquarius. Ciao.